Welcome back to part 2 of my revisiting of Frank Sinatra and Marlon Brando's feud, aka the pettiest feud in Hollywood history. In my last video, I began telling you that this feud went from being petty to dangerous really fast. I guess one day Frank Sinatra's wife, Ava Gardner, went into Marlon Brando's dressing room when Frank wasn't around, and allegedly Frank Sinatra sent the mafia after him. And while we'll never know if this truly happened, what we do know is one day Marlon Brando was riding his motorcycle and he was kidnapped by a group of mobster-like men. According to Marlon Brando's good friend Carlo Fiore, he was riding his motorcycle one day when he was forced into a black car by 3 men, one of them being armed. He said that they drove him into the Hollywood Hills and dumped him in the middle of nowhere and threatened his life. He allegedly said, and I quote, "One of the goons said he was going to offer me a choice. He could unalive me, a quick and easy death with a bullet in the heart, or he'd let me live, and if he let me live, he'd castrate me and carve up my face so bad that no plastic surgeon could ever repair it." Now, they only left him stranded, but he did tell his friend that he was sweating bullets and crapped himself, and I cannot say I blame him. And like I said, there is no proof that any of this had a tie to Frank Sinatra, but like Carlo said, Frank had a history of doing this to people, so why wouldn't he do it to his public enemy number one, Marlon Brando? Guys and Dolls was released and was a huge success, but their feud only got worse years later when Marlon got another role that Frank wanted. You see, allegedly Frank Sinatra did tell the author of The Godfather to choke at the iconic Chasen's restaurant, so let me know if you want a video on that. But all that being said, it seems that he still allegedly wanted a role in the film. According to the film's director Ford Coppola, he said Frank Sinatra approached him about playing Don Corleone in the film. He said he would do the film for the director, but he wouldn't do the film for Paramount, and even approached the director about buying the film rights away from Paramount. This of course ended up not happening, and Marlon Brando famously went on to play Don Corleone. And to twist the knife for Frank Sinatra, Marlon Brando ended up winning an Oscar for this role. Marlon Brando was once quoted about Frank Sinatra saying that he was the kind of guy that when he gets to heaven, he's going to give God a hard time for making him bald.